What's going on, guys? It's Thomas from the Switched Up, and I'm joined in real life once again by Mac and PJ.
Yeah. 2 times in a row.
The two-time.
Incredible.
This will probably be episode 34, but
maybe we may move it around.
we're gonna probably move them around.
You guys know what's going on more than
just
us.
read the title. You'll see what it is.
Yeah.
And with that out of the way, we got a lot to talk about today. We are going to discuss our first ever convention as a group. We went to PAX East Thursday. Yep. We will be regaling you of the tales of Thursday because some funny stuff happened. PJ bought a mystery item, which we will reveal later. Actually, we should. Yep. We'll go get it. For when we reveal it.
Yeah, that is smart.
So you can show. And it was really fun. But we got some funny stories to tell you guys. Then also we are going to be discussing what Nintendo's big holiday game will be. I mean, Splatoon 3, at least when we're recording this, literally was just announced to be September. Xenoblade was just announced to be July. So we don't really know much at all of Nintendo's later in the year shenanigans. So we will discuss that. As always, joined by Mac and PJ, and let's just get into it.
PJ, what do you got for us?
Yeah, let's hit us with some PAX stories.
Do I want to go get it? Or?
You want to go grab it? You can go grab it, and Mac and I will entertain the fans.
I'll talk about my my flight issues because it was pretty funny. So
you can walk around by me.
Yeah. So it's the morning of, and I get a notification on my phone that my Delta flight, which I had booked 2 months prior, had been delayed, which is not a good thing because I had a connection in Atlanta, which means I was going to miss it. So I get on the phone with Delta and basically just begging, give me anything to Boston, just anything to get here.
Yeah.
Somehow I got a flight that was 4 hours earlier than I was supposed to get in, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works.
I have no clue how that happened. Unfortunately, you were in class, so I just had to stay at the airport for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So Mac was essentially in Boston Logan Airport for 4 hours. I was only in class because I had a huge presentation. I would have skipped, but I had a huge literally my final presentation was on that day. And the night before, one of the girls in my group is like, I haven't done any of my work yet, so you guys are gonna have to kind of do it for me because I have sorority chapter.
Oh.
So
that's fun.
as PJ said, she was paying for friends because she's. It pissed me off, but I mean, I don't know. We had 4 weeks. Normally, I don't care. You can do your work when you do it. I'm also a tragic procrastinator. But if you have 4 weeks to do the project that is the significant chunk of your grade, and it's a group project, you would think you would do it before the last night. Mm-hmm. And even if you have sorority chapter the last night, you would skip that or something,
or just ask your group in advance if it's okay.
Just be a normal human being and communicate. I don't know. It's pretty odd because she is. Well, we'll end that there. But PJ, now that you're back,
what do you got for us?
Yeah.
We copped Smash 64.
Put that up close to the camera.
Put it up close to the camera.
That beautiful cartridge.
Look at that.
It's in really good condition too.
It's such good condition.
Yeah. So bought it for $50 at this one
I think that's
kiosk.
pretty fair.
Yeah,
it might be over. I have no clue.
Honestly, it might be a little overpriced, but I don't really.
They gotta
care.
make some money
because
It's good because you could literally see it and you could be I can tell exactly what condition this is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care if it was kind of overpriced or anything, but no. It's cool. Probably just gonna put it on my bookshelf or something because I started.
You don't have an N64, right? No.
And I wouldn't want to play it anyway because it's you have Ultimate, you have
Yeah. I'd play for a little bit, but then kind of call it quits.
Yeah, for sure. No, that was really cool because Thomas pointed it out to me. He's like, "Yo, Smash 64, you should get this." I was like,
I feel
I might.
I mean,
I did.
For those of you who don't know, PJ's start on YouTube wasn't actually with Switched Up. He was making he had a podcast channel basically called Smashcast, which was back in the Smash 4 3DS Wii U days. And then it was also kind of funny. The other dude he did that channel with, one of your childhood friends.
Yeah.
It was his birthday on the day you bought it. So I was it's gotta that's gotta mean something. I don't know.
For sure, yeah. It was sweet for sure.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's just kind of a cool collector item kind of thing. So I'll just probably put it on my bookshelf when I get home. So yeah, no, it was sick.
And then what was the other game you were trying to get?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it. I bring this up. Yeah. I'm a big Pokemon fan, definitely of the old games, the Game Boy or the DS games.
Definitely not the newer ones.
Good work. But I have all of at least one of the series, from Gen 1 to Gen 8 or whatever.
We're
And
about to get Gen 9 this year.
That's wild.
That is so
We'll talk
crazy.
about that in the next segment. That is wild.
Yeah.
I know, dude. But I don't have Black 2 White 2 on my DS.
That's
like
the one like pair of games you don't have.
Yeah, like I obviously emulated and I played it like a ton of times, but I kind of wanted it physical. So,
Pirated it is what I'm hearing.
I broke the law. Arrest me.
Bro.
Yeah.
You can't admit to that in America. I don't know
I'm
what the
gonna
rules
call the
are
cops.
in Canada.
We're not in America.
We are in America.
No, we're not. We're in Canada.
Oh, I guess.
I don't get the joke.
I don't either. I'm just listening to him and I'll nod along.
Anyway, so I tried to buy this Black 2 White 2 because we're searching across because like now that I bought this, I was like, wait, I should go see.
Yeah, so we were trying to find it. We went to all the like different little booths that have like the retro.
Now,
game.
did you
The booths,
find
yeah.
it, or did you find one that was overpriced?
Yes, good work. So we went to a booth. Tom's pointed out. He's like, it's right there, and it's just like a cartridge. I didn't want the game case or anything, like because I don't have any DS
See,
game
if you're
cases.
gonna get it for collector's purposes, I'd want the game case.
But I'm not getting it for collector purposes. I wasn't getting
you
that.
play it?
I would definitely play it.
Yeah.
But I pick up the cartridge. On the back it says $99 American.
That's wild.
Bro.
I was like, no, not a chance.
How is that more expensive than the Smash
Exactly.
Bros? That makes no sense.
I guess there's probably way more demand for Pokemon games
I guess
than
so.
the original Smash Bros. Like
Yeah.
bar none.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
guess-
because it's more like accessible, but
More replay. Yeah. I don't know.
And
just because
there's
like,
just
who
a
has
lot
an
of people.
N64?
A lot of people still play like Pokemon games on like the DS and stuff.
Yeah. But no game case, $100.
Yeah, that's
like,
wild. We also
put that into perspective. That's 100 American, and
Yeah.
I pay
that would've-
80 Canadian for Switch games.
It would have been like 120, 130.
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah, I pay 80 Canadian for Switch games. So what I did like to compare was we were just like walking away from the booth, and I said to you, I was just like, dude, like I would be paying like more to play a DS game that I could just emulate for free. I live in
Yeah.
Canada, by the way.
So it makes emulating okay.
Yep, true.
Emulating's always okay.
I think it's okay.
Piracy
too.
that no.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No one.
If
None
they
of
don't
us.
sell the game anymore, it's fair game.
Let's like none of us care, but
Exactly.
this is all allegedly because
Yeah. Allegedly.
just in case Nintendo goes on a power trip.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, but I was just saying, like, in comparison, I was like, I would be paying $30 less to play Breath of the Wild than I would a old DS game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We also
What are we doing?
We saw a cosplayer, a girl who was cosplaying the Pokemon Sword and Shield Pokemon trainer,
Yeah.
and PJ was.
Wait, did we?
Yeah, it was
I don't
before
remember.
I pointed her out to you. I couldn't tell if you noticed because you just looked and like you went like and then just walked away, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah, it was at the start. It was right
Yeah,
after
yeah,
we
yeah,
ate
yeah,
the like
yeah.
overpriced food.
Oh
And-
yeah.
which we could talk about too. I paid $6 for yogurt, and it tasted like cinnamon frosting. Like it tastes like what you had. It tasted
Yeah, I had
like
a
what
cinnamon
yours
roll.
looked
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
I was like, this is way too sweet.
I had an $8 turkey sandwich. I mean, it was pretty good, but it
Yeah.
wasn't $8. It wasn't $8 good.
Boston Convention Center food
So overpriced.
So overpriced. Unfortunately, there's one Dunkin' Donuts and one Starbucks within
There was
walking
no
distance.
food
Oh,
around.
we can talk
Yeah,
about
well, 'cause
that.
that's in, like,
Here,
the-
you should talk about that.
Yeah,
how
we
we
will.
went back and forth. Yeah.
That area is like very like it's
Busy.
the convention area and then like hotels surrounding the convention area.
Yeah.
And I also just don't know that area at all. But yeah.
Yeah.
So we walked to the convention center. This is super early. We had woken up at like 6 a.m., which is early for us at least.
Yeah.
And we
Considering we woke up
Yeah.
at like noon
Noon
today.
today,
Yeah.
Yeah. take the
When
train.
we don't
in.
have plans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the train in. So we're in Boston. We
First
walked
of all,
to the
we're
convention
late
center.
to get to the train.
Oh yeah.
So we had to get Thomas's mom.
My
to
mom
drive us.
clutched up.
Thomas's
Clutched
mom.
up. Yeah, we would
clutched
have
so
missed.
hard.
Missed the train.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we pulled up to the station, it was literally the train was coming in like
Yeah.
right as we walked
Yeah.
down.
We
I was
did not
like,
get our timing right.
No, we didn't. We totally thought we could be slick and
Well,
stuff.
because usually like I can get ready in 30 minutes, but we didn't take into account like everybody getting ready,
Yeah.
like with waiting for showers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because I've been at college for so long, so I didn't know my sister took so long to get ready. Like she's just entering that middle school girl phase where
Yeah.
she takes a while to get ready. Like I remember, I would just be like, "Yo, Nora, we're leaving." She's like, "I word, brush your teeth, we're out
Yeah.
the door." But now it's like all the makeup, all this,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying to hop in the shower. Come on now."
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So we definitely were entirely late. We get there. We're trying to go get some food because we're all starving. We've been up now for like a couple hours and we just want breakfast like relatively young.
Yeah, I'm borderline zombie mode, and I'm kind of like, okay, I need some sort of caffeine.
Yeah. So we look up Dunkin' Donuts. We walk about 5-10 minutes from the convention center to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
There is a line
Out the door.
out the door.
Yeah.
Well, it was at the door, and then we walked a couple feet and looked
And it was out the
back
door.
around, and then it was out the
Yeah,
door
yeah.
by like 10
And
feet.
Dunkin's good, but it's not out the door good. Like,
Yeah, you're right. Especially like in the city, Dunkin's.
Yeah.
There is I don't know anyone else from Massachusetts. Let me know about this. I can taste the difference between a Dunkin' in the city and a Dunkin' in the suburbs. And since I've grown up in the suburbs, I like the Dunkin' in the suburbs.
for real.
But
That's
yeah,
interesting.
but no, yeah. So we were like, okay, we'll go see if there's somewhere else. There's a Starbucks. We walked to the Starbucks. Starbucks line is out the door times 12. Like it was out the door. It was
then-
in a hotel. It was
yeah.
out the door, snaked around the entire lobby of the hotel, then out the hotel lobby door.
Yeah, that was insane.
It must have been a multiple hour line. Like
Longer
Yeah.
than my Red Sox hot
yeah,
dog line.
Yeah.
We can talk
we'll
about that
talk
in a
about
little
that
bit, too.
next.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So we were so hungry, so we end up going back to the convention center. We just didn't eat, and then as soon at 9:30, so like half an hour into the like media hour, because
Yeah.
press and media, which we were lucky enough to get press badges, we got in
Somehow.
Yeah. Well, we got in.
Yeah.
At 9, we were able to like go to the
We
show
were
floor
there
at
for
9.
an hour early.
Yeah,
because-
and then everyone else could get in at 10, but we left our hour early at 9:30 because we were so hungry.
Yeah.
And that's when all the food like opened up in the convention center. So we go and get some food. I grabbed one $6 yogurt parfait that had like
Yeah.
4 strawberries, some like granola, and then the yogurt. I swear to God, it tasted like I was eating like just frosting from like a tub.
Yeah.
It was the sweetest thing I've ever had. It was way too sweet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
way too sweet. And the only reason I even got that is because it was the only thing that had like I thought would like have substance and wasn't
Yeah.
like ridiculously expensive. Because you guys I think both paid more for your individual stuff.
Oh
than-
yeah, I think
than
mine
did.
was like $7 for my cinnamon roll, and honestly, just needed it because I
Yeah.
was like, I was dying out there. I was
Yeah.
like so tired, just need like
I was
sugar.
I was probably like $10 total for like because I got like a Pepsi or something like
Yeah.
along with the sandwich. So
Sure, and like the $3 Dasani water.
Yeah.
yeah,
ridiculous.
Hey, yeah,
that's
everything was way overpriced. Like you
Yeah.
might think like, oh,
it just,
$10
adds
for
up.
a water and a
just
sandwich.
adds
That's
up.
not that bad, but like the sandwich super small, the water
And it's
literally
convention
bottled
center
water.
food. It's not gonna
Yeah.
be the best food on the planet. So
Not
like,
even close. But I
yeah.
mean, yeah, trust me, like none of us are like insanely picky eaters.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally living in a freshman college dorm.
Yeah.
Like back, you know the experience. Like it's very
Yeah.
very you
It's
get what you
pretty-
get. No one complains that much.
Exactly,
But it was
exactly.
ruthlessly overpriced. which
So
is the
we
bummer.
finish our food, and then
Yeah.
we see that there's a line going out the like main floor.
Oh, I remember this.
This is funny.
It's like
Yeah.
9:50, 9:45 or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everybody's waiting to get into the convention.
Yeah, and keep in mind we've already been in, but the creator entrance is like across the
Yeah, you
entire
have to
thing.
go,
You
like,
gotta go
all the way
around.
around.
And we didn't
And
want to
down
walk
an
back over
escalator,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So we're just like, screw it. We're just gonna walk right through, like we own the place.
Yeah.
And we got it. Well, we were allowed
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
'cause
we
had
were
the
allowed
card.
in, but
they
But it
didn't,
just
like,
felt
so-
so weird because like
Yeah.
We just took like the passes. Like I remember we took the passes and we just like made them like clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
because we
just
were
kinda,
kind of
like,
hiding them
walked in.
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like it's like if you ever been to like Six Flags or like Disney World and you're waiting for the like in line for
Yeah.
the thing,
Yeah.
and then some like annoying
It's
kid
so
comes
annoying.
in with the fast pass and cuts the entire line, and like you were so stoked because you were gonna be in the front of the coaster. Now
Yeah.
he's in the front, and you have to sit in the middle after waiting for like an hour.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like we were doing to those people. So I was just like, we gotta move in, and now I don't
Yeah.
want to, because like they were.
Because
waiting-
they paid to get into PAX.
I've been there, by the way. Before we like this is the first year we've had creator passes. That's why they're up here. But 2018 PAX, 2019 PAX, and 2020 PAX, I went with my friends from high school.
Yeah.
And I didn't even apply. We probably honestly could have gotten creator badges at least for 2020. But I
They
didn't.
have one in 2020.
Yeah, it was right before. It was February 2020, right before
yeah,
everything locked
yeah.
down.
I wasn't part of the channel then.
Oh yeah, you weren't. Yeah, but yeah. So I've been where they are, like paying for stuff. And
Yeah.
obviously, I never sat there like I hate all the creators going in front of me. But
Yeah.
like, I just felt so bad walking right in front while everyone else was still waiting. But
Yeah.
hey, it was kind of fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Got to play some interesting games.
So do we want to actually talk about the games we played now?
Yeah, here,
What is this,
here,
like 15
let's
minutes
talk
in?
about the games, but right after I explain the quick media or the ticket debacle. So
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
we get off the train and then we're walking toward like the convention center and everything. And Thomas is like, "Oh, like you guys get your tickets out because I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
scan them." And
yeah,
I said,
I got it the other day.
I said-
the QR code.
"Yeah." I go, you mean the clear badge, right? And he's like,
which
no,
is
no, no.
like the vaccine verification.
Yeah.
Completely different thing.
Yeah. And, he's like, no, like the ticket that they sent you. I was like, I didn't get a ticket.
I thought he was trolling.
I'm not sure
No,
why
he
you
looks
didn't
at me-
bring this up like until we were walking. Like we're about like maybe 5-10 minutes away from the convention center.
I cannot believe you did not bring this up earlier. Like,
Yeah. So Thomas looks at me. He's like, are you trolling?
I thought he was.
I actually thought he was trolling
I
as
could
well.
have sworn he was trolling. He's like, no, I didn't get a ticket. I'm like, okay, so you flew internationally to come stay at my house. We got up at 6 a.m., took the commuter rail in, and now, as we were walking like 5 minutes away from the convention center, you're like, yeah, I never got a ticket to the convention.
To be fair, this was never brought up. And
It's
I didn't
implied.
that is,
It is
implied.
It is implied
heavily.
Yeah.
Like,
It is implied, but luckily.
luckily, here, continue.
Luckily, yeah, true. We get there, and then she asked for my ticket. I go, so I didn't get a ticket email, but like, here's the proof that like I am like I have the creator pass, and here's like the proof that I have blah blah. And she's like, can I see your ID? So I brought my passport with me. And I gave it to her.
So that's even more interesting.
No, the picture. Sorry, I took a picture of my passport.
Which,
then I showed
why'd
her.
you take a picture?
Because you told me. Wow.
Dude, I was going crazy on the planning.
True.
He literally just
wasn't going to bring it.
Because he was like, I shouldn't bring my passport. I'm like, you should never bring your passport like into the city if you don't need to. Of course. And he's like, okay, yeah. I have like my stuff, blah, blah, blah. He just lists everything off. As like I'm walking, I think I'm about to leave like just to go to bed. I'm like, wait, you should just take a picture of your passport. You're like, serious? I'm like, yeah, I feel like it would be good just to have.
Yep.
Because you don't have like a driver's license or anything for Canada.
For Canada. Yep.
Yeah, we learned that he doesn't have a driver's license.
Yeah. Oh, we'll tell that story later too.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Anyway, so luckily she, didn't like give me like any sort of hassle for it. She just like gave me it, and she's like, have fun, do you know where you're going? I was like, yeah, I'm with people.
Which is also creator privilege. Like, I feel like if that was a normal person and they were like, yeah, I don't have my ticket, but I bought it, you just never sent me the email.
Yeah, that wouldn't have gone through.
She wouldn't have just been like, okay, let me look you up in the system, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, perfect, have fun. Like, do you know where to go, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we kind of lucked out there.
yeah,
100%.
for sure.
All right.
Okay, so we can kind of do this like by event that it kind of happens. So if you guys want to talk about like the games now,
Okay, yeah.
and then we can
First
go
game
into
we
the
played.
Sox game and
So we
the bike
did stuff.
debacle.
We were at PAX for a good like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Which normally I'm used to staying there all day. We will stay there for probably another 3-4 hours when we go
whatever.
again
Yep.
tomorrow. But we played a fair amount of games there. First game we played was Lego. I'm gonna look it up.
yeah.
It's like Lego Master Builders or something. I made a
Something like
notes
that.
document that had most of them. Lego Brick Tales.
Bricktails, yeah.
So this is not. I've been playing a lot of Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, right on my PC over here.
yeah.
And this is not anything similar to that. It was developed by Thunderful Games, or at least it's published in part by Thunderful.
Yeah.
Which they are like, it's the renamed like Image and Form. Like they made like the Steam World games and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's the exact same team, but there's some connection there. And basically the game is not at all like your typical Lego Batman, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Star Wars. It's instead very much a Lego game in the sense that like you walk around as a minifigure and then you find things and you have to build. And it's not just like you hold the button and it goes
you go into like a building menu where you
Yeah,
got like
it's like a
different
building
controls to like
minigame,
turn the
basically, yeah.
bricks and
you gotta stack them and
Yeah. So I could see it definitely becoming like a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Again, we played like maybe 10 minutes max and it was all the tutorial. So I don't really like it's. I'm assuming
we
it's a
didn't get
puzzle
too
game.
far into it, but it was definitely an interesting
But
concept.
what we played next was, I think, your guys'
Oh, it was
Oh,
by
without
far
a
my
doubt,
favorite, yeah.
the coolest game we saw at PAX, without a doubt, in my opinion. At
Do
least.
you remember the name?
Curse to Golf.
Curse to Golf.
Curse to
There you
Golf.
go.
It is a golfing indie game coming out on the Nintendo Switch
I think
and
it's Switch,
PC.
Steam.
Maybe PS4. Don't quote me on that though. I think it's just Switch and Steam at least at the start.
And I think there was one other, but I think Xbox.
It could
was on
be,
Xbox,
yeah.
It might be on all anyway.
But yeah, no, but it's coming out this summer supposedly. It was in the most recent Nintendo Nindies showcase. I went back and watched it. Game is so fun.
So fun.
It's just very like the music was slapping, the visuals were really good. The like story tutorial, I won't spoil much, but like every time something happened, I was like, oh, this is sick. Because like the cool part about like tutorials in PAX is like they have the very difficult job of trying to show you what the game is while also like expecting that, hey, they have never played this game before, so we got to make it a tutorial, but we also got to make it super interesting to keep people, engaged. So the way Curse to Golf kind of did it, it was a long tutorial, but it like it started off with like your most basic bare bones golf game.
Yeah.
Like you use the power and you aim. That's it. Like to see where you shoot.
It was almost like, have you guys ever played like Flappy Golf or whatever?
Yeah.
Like it
Yes.
was very similar to like those controls
Yeah.
in a way.
I could see that. Yeah.
But what was cool about it was like almost it's a platformer.
Yeah.
It's a golf platformer, which is like super
Yeah.
interesting.
And so, but basically what ends up happening is it like layers on different abilities. I won't spoil many, but like there was like did you get to the TNT part where there was like TNT, you could get like special abilities. Obviously you could switch out your club and all that. And as it's layering each thing on, you can kind of see around you how you're going to use them, like how they could like every mechanic in that game that they like kind of added on could be used for hundreds of really cool puzzles, like the little totems that you hit and then get more like swings. Like I was like, that is such a cool, it's like a risk reward thing, because like, hey, maybe if you go this path you get extra swings, but it's harder, so you know you gotta kind of debate on that. I don't know, I thought it was super cool. It's the only, not the only, but one of the only games from PAX that I definitely am gonna purchase.
I'd agree with that.
I will wish list that and purchase it day one it comes out, because it was just very fun.
Yeah, exciting stuff for sure. I played it for a couple of minutes as well. Pretty fun. Pretty fun for sure.
What else? So I don't think I did this the entire time. I only have a couple more, but we had the last Hero of Nostalgia, which was it was in the same booth as
was it that
the
sword,
the Stickman
sword
Oh, I didn't
game?
get around to playing.
Okay. So I think
It's
you honestly
funny.
played that the most. You can
Yeah, it's funny. Like it was like you customize this like stick figure character. You're walking around with a sword, and there's like there's like a bunch of other stick figures that are like trying to kill you, and you're like scaling up this castle. Like I only played it for 5 minutes because we like dipped out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's kind of funny. I couldn't like make a real opinion on it because like I played it for so short, but I mean it's kind of funny, and you can like use your shield to defend attacks and everything.
Yeah, it had like the Dark Souls style of like heavy attack, light attack, dodge roll type gameplay.
It's like easier but Stickman version Dark Souls kind of thing. So
yeah, that's what it felt like, at least to us. And then the only other game I have written down here, which is obviously not the only other game we played, it's just the only other one I thought to write down, is Tinker Tail, which I don't think I played. I'm looking it up to see. I don't think I played it, but I also just don't remember too well.
I took some videos. Let me see if it has.
Okay, I'm looking up Tinker Tail, and it's all like Tinkerbell video games. So this is a bit of a bummer.
Oh, what was that like soccer game with the bats? That one was kind of fun.
That was hilarious. I actually
forget what that
kicked
one
both
was.
of your asses in that game. I'm not.
It was
gonna
like it was pirate themed, I think. So it was like
wait, was that
We'll
the
put it on the
anime
screen
one?
right now, or yeah.
well, we gotta be able to find
gotta
it.
look this up,
Football.
Wait, was that the anime one?
No. It was the one you destroyed us in.
Well, I know that, but you have to be more specific because that was a couple times.
No, it was this one. It was this one right here.
So
Where
what
it's
is
the
it?
bats in the soccer
Wait,
ball.
hold on. It's like zoom and like try to see if like there's any sort of like logoing around.
No, it was above it. It was right above.
Yeah.
That
was a fun game.
Yeah, that was cool. Soccer, pixel art game with bats.
With bats.
Where you would just you would destroy people. You would just PJ basically would just kill people.
Yeah, and then the last minute the ball would turn to like a spike ball, and if you touched it, you'd
that
die.
was weird. That had like
I kind of liked the
chaotic
you
energy.
just had to like hit the ball with the bat and not like run into it.
If you ran into it, you die.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was cool. There was a anime like Tetris like match 3 style game we played.
That was I almost won, but Mac ended up taking the W. Kind of unfortunate.
Oh yeah,
I lost.
That. Yeah.
You L'd
I don't
really
know.
fast.
I guess it's just my thing.
Yeah, so you got to get that anime game.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can talk about. Do you want to talk about the one you played?
It was.
Oh my god.
You know what? I just don't think it was like my type of game.
Yeah.
It was.
Do you enjoy horror games at all?
Because it was
I
like
have a love-hate relationship with them.
Okay.
I think it creates for good reactions because I get startled like very easily.
Yeah.
because it was like a mix of like like Five Nights at Freddy's and like.
Do we have the name for this? It was
Amnesia.
something neighborhood, right? It was like
My
Friendly
Friendly Neighborhood.
My Friendly Neighborhood.
Okay. Wait, what's the developer of that? Because we also played some other stuff there. Because you played.
I played like a WarioWare multiplayer type like game, but one of the mini games was impossible, and I kept getting it, so I just got rolled and smoked by some random girl.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
So yeah, it was like a almost Poppy's Playtime, but like Muppets.
Oh, apparently this game has been out since February, so anyone, if they want, they can go play My Friendly Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Which is this game Max played.
It was kind of fun. I was just like very confused walking around because I had no clue like what I was doing.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
I wasn't like interested in like that booth specifically. Like nothing.
You
really,
didn't want to
like,
play Sucker for Love.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Okay, they
again,
were really trying to sell us on those socks and posters.
Yeah, again, if this is something you're into, by all means, it's just PJ.
Listen,
Mac, and I
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. It's just not my thing. It's just really as simple as that.
Yeah, it was like an anime romance game, but everything was
And
like
I
cringe.
was kind of getting. I was getting creeped.
I don't know how to describe it.
Dude, I was getting creeped out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because like they have a bunch of TVs around, and they're like playing trailers from like all the games and stuff like that, and like it comes up, and I'm like,
Let me. I'll read the game description for this game, and
Are
then
you sure about that?
You guys should understand what we mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you doing Sucker for Love?
Yeah, Sucker for Love, first date. See, it even has the little PAX East thing on top because it was on display. Put the love in Lovecraftian horror. Perform terrifying rituals to win the affection of the eldritch horrors and smooch 'em at any cost.
Eldritch Horrors?
Horrors.
Oh.
Could have been a play on word by the.
Dude, come on now.
Could have been a play on word by them, but like we're looking at stuff like this, like what? It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Maybe it's some sort of since I don't think any of us really watch anime, we don't understand it, but like that kind of stuff just creeps me out, man. I don't understand people who are like attracted to fictional.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. And there's a lot of those people at PAX, by the way.
Yeah.
So if that's you, hey, you'll fit in right in there. But I'm glad I went with you.
It was a good time.
It was hilarious. It was
so
great
fun.
time.
There's even more. What was that one game? It was the cat one where you were like, you
we had
ran
no
around.
clue what we were doing.
Yeah, you ran around. You
It was
picked
like
up this cat.
Was it Okami?
No,
You told me it was something like it.
No, I told you
the
the
visuals,
art style.
it was
No,
like
the art
cell
style was
shaded,
like
kind of
Okami.
like Okami.
Yeah.
I was supposed to build like a cat sanctuary. I had no clue what I was doing. I just
put
the
the cat on
camera
your
was
head.
so broken that I just was able to like.
It was so
zoom
ragdoll.
in.
It was kind of
Yeah,
fun.
it was a funny
Pull
game.
it up.
Because I remember we sat there for like what 5 minutes and we just kind of like messed around a little bit.
Yeah.
And then somebody
You're
came
just
up.
running like a
Yeah.
the
We'll put
weekend
that on
during the
screen.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, and then
Yeah.
what I did, speaking of the anime thing, I watch like 2, and one of them is like Attack on Titan, and I showed like on my phone, it was like the animation of
We'll
the
put it on the
character
screen
running,
again,
the animation of the character running, and like a Titan from like that show running. The animation looked the exact same.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Alright.
I remember we tried to dip out because we were like, okay, this is weird, and then somebody came out behind us. So
One
it
of
was
the
like,
Oh god, they're
developers
so
did.
awkward.
it was the awkward thing where it's like I want to go.
I think it was the
but
developer, right?
I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't think so. I think it might have been somebody from PAX because they didn't have like an exhibitor thing on. But you were.
Well,
kinda,
whoever it was, they were very nice. They were like, "Oh
No,
yeah,
for sure.
I remember seeing this game a couple years ago."
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it was a developer, but
Yeah, no,
Let
for
me
sure.
Oh
start
yeah,
and stop.
we're gonna start and stop the camera because we have technical difficulties. No, yeah, it was kind of awkward. I was playing that game and then we kind of wanted to leave.
Yeah,
but-
no, like she was sweet, but I like, we're just kind of sitting there and we're like, okay,
Yeah, PAX is full of like a lot of developers like selling themselves because that's the point of the game, the
For
show.
sure.
Like they're
Yeah.
trying to get
Yeah.
publicity and stuff, and especially when we walk around with the creator badge, they are always trying to like pull you in and be like, "Hey, look at this!" Like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But there's just some I don't know. I feel like the general demographic of PAX is a lot. Not to say we're not like very nerdy people because we are. We run a Nintendo Switch YouTube channel, but there's like a subset of that of nerdy that is even like more so like that I don't think we necessarily fall into. So
We didn't really fit in there, but like if you are a part of that community, then like that's
you
great.
do you.
Yeah,
Honestly, you
there,
do
but
you.
there were basically that's a long story short of saying there's a lot of games in there in which we are not the target market.
Yeah.
And so we would like test them out and be like, I can't really provide any feedback on this because it's not for me, but it plays well. Like it's fun. So yeah, that's I think why we liked Curse to Golf and some of those more like
I think the Thunderful booth was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Thunderful and Tiny Build had some good stuff too. We just never got to play it because there was a pretty long line.
It was packed in there.
Yeah.
And I also I wanted to go to the Discord. I don't know if you guys remember. I wanted to go to the Discord booth for one reason, and I wanted to ask one of the like exhibitors, like, can you just be honest with me? And then I would expect them to go like, what? I was gonna ask them like, has anyone come up to you today asking for free Nitro? Because I just feel like some people have actually done that. So I just
what is the point of Discord Nitro? What is it like? What is the benefit?
You get a nice looking profile
emojis.
and
Word.
GIF profile picture. Hell
right.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to go up and ask, but that also was really packed, so I was like, yeah, I can be
Yeah. No, okay, so PAX was fun. I mean, that's generally most of the games we hit there.
Yeah.
We went to a lot of the like retro places,
I think the retro like
those were cool.
That was probably my favorite part.
Dude, when we go back, I don't know. They probably wouldn't have more stock now. That just wouldn't make sense. But I want to go back and see if I can like find anything that I would want to maybe pick up again. Cause that was cool to look at for sure.
Yeah, I was trying to think what type of game I would want to buy. The only one I was close.
You almost bought the Donkey Kong Country 2 on the S.
I almost bought a Donkey Kong Country 2 like box because if I'm gonna buy one of those old ones, it would only be for display. Or there was a Super Mario Kart SNES box that looked so good. It was like 120 though. Yeah. I was like, it's too much.
In the box ones are just so
hard. Like the old like anything from like N64. Yeah. Like back. The box.
It's just crazy because like people just threw those out.
Yeah, I know, but now they're so cool. I don't know. I want to put it on my shelf or something. Like, I think it's sick.
I almost bought a game. I completely forgot about this. I almost bought a GameCube too.
Oh yeah.
But luckily, I forget which one of you it was. I think it was you because you said you have a Wii, don't you? I was like, oh yeah. I almost bought it.
Yeah, I was like, what? Wait, you have a Wii, and you have GameCube controllers already for like Smash, so they're You really don't need one.
Yeah. But
not to be that guy. Not that you need
I know.
Smash cartridge, or we need to go to PAX anyway. We don't need any of this, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no idea.
No, those were
luckily did not dabble in any of that, but yeah.
And then we made our way out of PAX and took some bikes.
Oh,
this is the story I'll tell. So basically,
he wants to tell this one. I wonder
why. Because I'm just gonna get clowned.
Some rocks in your hands.
Listen, dude. So anyway, so we get some city bikes. We're about to pull up to the Red Sox game. Thomas is like, okay, this is like, I don't know, 10, 15 minute bike to Fenway.
It's a bike across Boston. We're going for anyone who knows Boston. We're going from South Boston, where the convention center is, all the way to Fenway, which is like, I don't know, like it's like in the fence. It's Fenway. Everyone knows where that is.
Yeah. So basically, we're biking and we're on the sidewalk, and just like I think it was 2 minutes before I fell, some Karen was like, "There's a bike lane that you should be going on. Yeah, there's a bike lane right there." Let's be fair here for a second. Like, yes, true.
No, she was so
but
right.
The sidewalk, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Now.
The reason we weren't in the bike lane though is because basically we kind of like me not knowing South Boston kind of screwed us a little bit, but I just wanted to get to the Boston Commons because I know how to get from there to Fenway because like that's essentially where my college is. So I generally just know the vibe, but like I don't go to South Boston at all, so I didn't know. So I just was on Google Maps looking at streets to get there, and then I was like, crap, half these streets are like one way, and we would be going we're going the wrong way.
We were in the bike lane going the opposite direction a couple times.
So that's why we were generally on the sidewalk, because if someone is biking or like, sometimes the cars go into the bike lane in Boston. Like if there's a car going like the other way and we're like that's head on, that's no bueno. So I was like, let's just stay on the sidewalk. And then obviously the Karen was not a fan of that.
Yeah. So anyways, 2 minutes later, let's just be blunt here. I tried going off from the sidewalk to the bike lane, and I ate it. I ate it pretty bad.
I thought you were trying to get up onto the sidewalk.
So what happened was the gap, there's like a gap between the sidewalk and like the edge of where like the bike lane is. It's like two different things, and it's like wide. So my front wheel got stuck in it, and then I just went like that, and then I ate it pretty bad. I cut up my hands pretty good, so that was fun. But other than that, it was smooth sailing. It was kind of funny though, because like
I just heard
Yeah, because
You sound like a thwomp. I heard,
Yeah.
oh, and I turn around. I'm like, oh, what the? Because
Yeah.
I had done it right before you. But the problem is, I have biked on those like bikes before. You obviously haven't. They're like the rental bikes. They're really crappy. There's no suspension. The wheels are always underinflated. So I kind of knew you have to like, you can't be sitting on the bike seat. You have to be like moving with some momentum, and you kind of lift up your front wheel to get on.
Yeah.
Because like most bikes, you could just it's like a curb. It's a high curb, but it's a curb nonetheless. So most bikes you could just go up, and these ones you can't. You kind of got to like finesse your way up.
Yep. Yeah, noted.
Which I
no,
didn't
but I've literally like biked on and off since I was like 13 years old, and it was like, damn, like I'm ass.
And then I drove by you and made sure you're okay, and then didn't do that maneuver and just stayed in the bike lane.
Valid.
Good play.
Yeah.
Good play. No, but yeah. After that, we put the bikes away and we went to Thomas's dorm and cleaned myself up, rubbing alcohol.
Well, what happened when we were trying to get into the dorm?
Oh, right. That is also a good point.
Yeah.
So we go into Thomas's like dorm or whatever, and there's this girl at the desk, and Thomas is basically saying like, "Can I sign these two people in?" Mac pretty much gets in with like no issue.
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And then I get my ID out, and I don't have like a driver's license with me or anything because I'm kind of permit Andy in Canada, one could say. And I pull out this Canadian health card, and I give it to her. She's like, "What is this?" I go, "A Canadian health card. Like that's like one of the three main forms of ID."
It had your face on it. It looked like a driver's license. Like
I was like, "Yeah, it's like one of the main forms of ID." She's looking at it like, and then she ends up having to call somebody, and she's like, "Do we accept health cards or do we accept can it? What is this?" I go, "Health. It's Canadian health cards." She's like, "Do we accept health cards?"
Meanwhile, there's
like,
a line of kids at my dorm.
There's like
I
5
know,
people behind us.
Waiting because they also need to get in, and this one proctor is just holding up the entire thing.
Yeah. So, 3-minute phone call later, Thomas is like, "Is he good?" And she's like, "Yeah, he's good." It's like
it was such a pain in the ass.
That was just like one of the many things on this trip so far that have been like way too like time consuming for no reason at all.
Yeah. And then again, the proctor, we came back later that night, and we're going to go probably again tonight. The proctor, when we went at least yesterday, he just goes, yeah, you guys are good. Like, he didn't even look at your
South Park.
Yeah, he was watching South Park.
Literally.
He didn't even look at the card. I was just like, they were signed in earlier. So he just scrolls up, see that they were signed in earlier, sees that they're the same people, and just goes, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. Like, that seems just as effective. You're making, like, they were signed in the past.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Red Sox game.
Yeah, we went to the Red Sox game.
That's why I'm so sunburned. I don't even know if you could tell on the pod. But.
Yeah, no, we both have the same sunburn, like across like the bridge kind of area.
We met Scotty. Anyone who knows the Discord, Scotty.
Picture on the screen. We took a couple pics for sure. So going into the Red Sox game, once again I get stopped, and the guy's like, "What's in your pockets?" I go, "My wallet and." Like I had a money clip. And he's like, "Okay, take that out." So I take it out.
It was like a full pat down on you.
Yeah, and he's like, "What else is in your pocket?" I go, "Chapstick." And he goes, "Can I see it?" I was like, "Okay, like here you go." And he's like looking at it like guy's never seen like chapstick before.
Yeah.
And then after that, he's like, "Can I pat you down?" I said, "Okay." Guy literally pats my entire body down. I'm like, "Guy."
And this was
what do I look like?
This was like not like this was a security stop right outside of Fenway where basically you didn't like all you had to do was you took your phone out and you walked through holding your phone still.
No. I had my phone, my wallet, and my money clip in my hand. Thomas
told
me to like walk in against my chest.
We were doing, and so he did it like exactly what everyone else did.
Took me and Thomas like 1 second.
Because you walk through, they don't even say anything to you.
Yeah.
But PJ just gets stopped and patted down. I turn behind because I'm scanning the tickets, and I'm like, I need PJ to scan in this ticket, and dog's getting patted down by Fenway security.
You got stopped by TSA
too, right?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I mean, like he basically insinuated that Thomas was my significant other, and I was like dating him or something. I was going to like meet him for the first time or something.
What? Why would that even have like you said you were coming here?
He was just being not a very nice guy. Let's just say for the PG audience for sure. Yeah, he asked me if I'm nervous. I go no, and then he asked me if I'm taking any sort of like narcotics or like cannabis to calm my anxiety. I go no, I didn't say it like that. I was like no, sir.
Yeah,
it's like
I don't know. Like, that's weird. Weird man.
You're a security threat.
I don't know, man.
He's a threatening guy.
Yeah. So we get to the Red Sox game. We're having a great
Oh,
time.
I had a great time. You didn't. We had an amazing time.
I did
especially
actually
me.
have a great time, but I did miss 3 innings.
Tell the story. Tell the story
Yeah,
about
so-
the line and the fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about the fight. All right.
It's crazy.
I was like, let's just make this entire episode just us telling the
Yeah.
story of yesterday.
It's
'cause
great.
Yesterday went on for a while, and then
It
we'll
was-
do the
yeah.
Nintendo stuff another
Yeah.
episode. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
So so I think it was the end of like the 3rd inning, and I'm like, I'm goosing for a hot dog, Fenway Frank. Yeah, I wanted to get myself something to drink as well. So I I walk down, and I get in. I'm like walking. I walk like halfway around the stadium, just trying to find like a shorter line, and it's just not. It's not happening. They're all like 25 people long.
Yeah.
So I get in line, and it's not moving whatsoever. Like I was in that line for like an hour. I'm pretty sure I was in that
At
line.
least.
I think minimum.
Yeah.
Because you were in there. The game itself was like 3 hours. It was like 3 hours and like 20 minutes, and you were gone for like 3.5 innings. So that's over a third.
Yeah.
So you were gone for probably an hour and a half.
Yeah. So I'm in that line, and this guy is reaching over like one of those tables that has like all the condiments on them, like the ketchup stuff.
So good. I wish I was there for this.
Oh my god, it was so funny, but it was like also like
Yeah.
really sad. So yeah, he's an older gentleman, and he's reaching over the table to get like some ketchup on his hot dog, and he can't really get to it well because there's like so many people, and because Fenway, like, they overpack that. I feel like it's hard to walk around.
It was a crowded game. It was the
Yeah.
kids run the bases game too, so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
essentially sold out.
Yeah. He's leaning over and just completely knocks all the ketchup, all the mustard, all over this one guy. And it's like your stereotypical Boston man. Like,
Yeah.
you the accent, everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was about to ask that.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "You got a problem, bud?"
Yeah.
Like something like that. And it's like,
That's more Canadian,
no,
but-
we don't have a problem. And they just getting heated
yeah.
and stuff like that. And like,
How old would you approximate the dude who got dumped on was?
He was probably like 60, maybe late 50s.
Oh, so he was an older guy.
Yeah.
Trying to fight the other guy.
The other guy was probably like late 60s.
Oh, okay, so they're both old.
Yeah, they're both old, around
That's
probably
funny.
like the same age. And they're getting like up in each other's face, like,
Yeah.
peacocking it out. And the guy's like, "Bro, don't hit me. I've got liver cancer." I'm like, he just pulled the cancer card on the guy. I'm like, what's that?
Oh, it's a phone. No worries.
Okay. But it was just like, it was so awkward. It was just so like, bro, you don't have
Did
to
he have a white shirt on? Did he?
No, he had like just a Red Sox like
Oh, that's was
but
it like a
that
jersey
sucks.
type
No,
like pennant
no.
or okay.
no.
I was gonna say if it was a jersey that would be tough.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after that, I was still in the line for probably another like 40 minutes.
Mhm.
Like it was
That was wild, dude.
yeah. And by the time I got to the counter, I was like so hungry. I like got a bag of peanuts as well, and then got PJ a Sprite, and then walked back up. And yeah, got back in time for the Red Sox to blow a comeback.
Yeah, it was 3-0 the whole game. My Blue Jays were doing amazing,
Yeah.
of course. Well, actually,
Can't talk about sports because this is a Nintendo podcast.
Okay, we'll just quickly overview. Basically, we're up 3-0 almost the entire game. Red Sox end up making a little run at the end there, in like bottom of the ninth, and they
Bases loaded.
Yeah, they go up 3-2, and they choke it, and
Yeah.
guy gets the last out, and
We just
we
need
should've won.
one more run to tie it up and just
Yeah.
make it happen.
game's over. And
Yeah.
it's kind of funny, the entire time that we were there, I was like looking at you laughing the whole time because there was your stereotypical like middle-aged white woman, day out with the kids.
Housewives of Boston.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
The
okay.
Housewives of Boston, yeah. And
Anyone who's from Boston, you would know who these people are. By the way, you're like Boston has their own breed of like soccer moms, and these are them.
Yeah.
like that's who they are.
and so they're screaming the entire time, and like not cheer screaming. They're like
One of them also kept patting me on the
Conversation.
back. I don't know
Same.
what that was about.
Same.
She would get excited and start like patting my back.
I didn't know if that was just me, or she was like knocking her knee into me. But like
that happened to me a couple
But
times.
no,
so.
it happened a couple times where it felt like somebody was like tapping me. on
Yeah,
the
no,
shoulder.
she was, because she
yeah,
started talking to me.
because-
She was like, "I'm sorry, I do that when I'm excited." I'm like, "Okay."
Like, I understand if it's like your husband or something. Like, oh, you're getting.
As a kid is like
Like,
19,
Yeah.
20-year-olds
It's
in
weird.
front of you.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you can overhear her like talking to her friend or whatever, and she's just like, I feel so bad, like I keep just like touching these guys, and they're just trying to like watch the. I go, what? Like, what did I just hear? And then second of all,
They also were very
they're
proud
just-
about being intoxicated off of a singular Truly seltzer.
Oh God.
They were like literally proud of
Oh
it. They were
my
like,
God.
"This is, I'm so bad." I was like, "You have to be quiet. I'm trying to watch baseball, please."
And then they kept talking about like their kid who's sitting in a different section.
Yeah, no.
I think she
no,
said.
no. This is here. Can I just?
Yeah, you
explain
tell the
this?
story. You tell the story.
She is screaming her lungs out. I was about to lose it.
Yeah.
He's like, look up, like that's Thomas. He's up there. That's Thomas. He's hanging over the rail. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thomas, don't do that.
So
I'm
she
like,
has.
"Bro."
I guess she knew somehow some kid, possibly related, possibly not,
yeah.
who was sitting on like the upper deck, front row of the upper deck, so like right over like the railing, where obviously if you fall you die because it's like super far. Kid is
Glad
not
we
hanging. He is leaning on the railing. Like,
He's
like
not
this.
hanging. He's not hanging. He's leaning.
He is
yeah.
leaning on the railing like most of the other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his name was Thomas. So obviously I hear. This is like why we started listening to them. It's like I hear her scream about Thomas, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
what is going on?
I had to focus on it though because the reason, like, I can't tune that out. Like that's just how I am. Like I literally cannot tune that
Yeah.
out. If somebody's screaming behind me, I can't just like focus on the game. Like my mom can do that, and I'm like so impressed. I wish I got that trait, but I couldn't do it. I was like,
It made the game more
holy-
entertaining.
It did
Yeah,
for the
it
first
did,
8
it
innings.
did.
I'm pretty good at tuning people out. I mean, as you guys can tell from like my college, like I have to be able to tune out my friends.
yeah.
We'll get into that in a minute too, but
Yeah,
because
but-
we have crazy story about being at Northeastern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor.
Oh
We're
my
telling the
God!
Connor.
I
Telling the
forgot.
Connor.
We're telling about the. Oh my
We're
God!
telling the Connor story,
No.
you know.
Oh yeah.
okay.
No, but
So-
yeah, no. So like, I'm pretty good at tuning those people out, but I like halfway through, I just started listening to them because
Yeah.
they were more interesting than the game because we were batting terribly until the
Yeah.
ninth.
Dude, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And the thing was, she was like screaming in my ear. Like she would like be in her seat and she'd like lean forward like this. And I like obviously like upper row. So if you like lean down like this, like it's going to get my ear.
Yeah.
So like she's screaming and it's not even about the game. It's just like she's talking to one of her friends beside her. I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Ruthless.
Then they would knock, or they would walk by and they would just be like getting beers or whatever they
Yeah.
were doing. And like some lady would knee me in the head like almost every time. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what are we? And it's not like I'm going like that or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like sitting normally
Yeah.
like this, just watching the game
Yeah.
and I'm just getting kneed in the head. I was like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
So eventually, Sox game ends.
Yeah. This is a good time.
Toronto takes the W.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We had
It could
fun,
have been
though.
better, but you know.
We saw Scotty. That's what mattered.
Yeah.
True.
That
That
was
was the
hype.
highlight.
That was a good
That
one.
It actually was, and
Yeah.
so we went.
Good guy.
We went back to my dorm, which is pretty close to Boston, or pretty close to Fenway, and we were like, okay, we're pretty hungry, so we went to the like student like food court area of my college because I wanted to like use my like
Yeah.
dining dollars or whatever, so I could not pay real money,
Yeah.
and then they paid real money for their
course.
meal.
I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
I had my 1.5 hour Fenway Frank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
was good.
he just like had control over his stomach. He had to make that sit for a while because it was like such a long wait. You had to make it worth it for a long time.
Yeah.
You know,
But anyway, so as PJ is waiting in line at his
it was that like Popeyes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to try and get the food.
Mm-hmm.
Mac and I've already gotten like my smoothie, and I was waiting for my like my bowl. Mac and I
Speaking of not tuning people out, yeah.
start overhearing a conversation right by us.
Mm-hmm.
This man, who we'll call Connor,
This is his real name.
it is his real name. he is talking
Good
to
one.
this girl,
Yeah.
who
We
keep in
We
mind.
don't know her
we
name.
presume is or was his girlfriend. We don't. Know
I
her name.
don't believe that. I don't presume it
At
anymore.
first we thought it was.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Okay, but no.
This is
but
peak
like I don't know.
parasocial.
I kind of felt
Dude,
like they
we were
but go on.
eavesdropping like so hard.
Yeah.
Like
I
I would
was-
never eavesdrop
Listen,
that.
I don't
No, me
care.
neither,
Like,
but it was
I
so-
do that
it was
too.
so worth it.
Yeah.
So by the way, I go to the college, I would assume with both of these people because they were in like the student, like obviously anyone can go in there. Like these two guys went in and they're not at my college either, but like I would assume they go to my college. So hopefully I have class with some of them one day. We get to get a resolution. But so this girl.
Imagine Connor watches the Nintendo Tonight.
That would be wild. That would be
He could be in the demographic.
That'd be hilarious.
He is, honestly. He looks. He seems like he
kind of looks like it.
probably knows what Nintendo Switch is.
Yeah.
He definitely does, actually. Yeah. No, but this girl is the only reason I guess we should clarify. We know Connor's name is Connor. We don't know the girl's name because the girl was doing the talking the entire time, and the girl kept going, "Come on, Connor!" Like very in the most condescending way ever. She's like a couple feet shorter than him. She leaned up, put both her arms on his shoulder, and was like,
"That's why I
Connor,
thought
listen
they were
to
dating."
me." Like blah 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 blah. And basically, we won't go into depth because we're already completely oversharing considering we were eavesdropping the entire time.
We don't know these people.
But like, we don't know these people. We don't know the context of anything, so we don't want to make any accusations. But basically, from what we heard, it sounded like this girl was gaslighting the hell out of Connor.
Yeah.
Like,
like I'll just give like a quick like excerpt. Like I won't like get into like specifics of like what we're talking about. But so basically, she just goes like, oh, like no, like you were bad talking our group.
Mm-hmm.
And
she verbally like says you're gaslighting me.
And she says
which is wild
you're
because
gaslighting me.
Connor was barely able to get a word in.
He could not get a word out
because he would start saying like I remember him saying something along the lines of, no, like I literally just had some legitimate concerns with, and then she just immediately cuts him off and is like, you're gaslighting me. It's like, how can he be? He's not even able to say what he is trying to say.
And then the last, me too. And then I'll say this, and then this is the last, all kind of like quote unquote leak of the conversation. Then he goes on to say, you say that, but you were the one that was actually bad talking the people in the group's looks. And then he goes, you're gaslighting me. I was like,
bro, I was like,
he said that.
Yeah,
I did not hear that.
That's hype.
Bro.
I'm happy for Connor.
Go
Now
off.
there's like,
go off, Connor.
That's good.
I was like, bro,
I'm huge on Connor.
Because do you remember when we were sitting and I was like,
yeah.
That was what that was.
Okay, so basically what happened, this is the funniest part. Like, obviously the conversation, it sounded like they were actually like upset. So that wasn't really funny for us. No. Well, the funny part was that we were just getting our food and like we overhear this in like the student like lounge basically, like
where like everybody can hear them.
This is,
and she's talking like pretty loud.
Like this is not where you want to be having a serious conversation.
He was trying to clearly.
Well,
he brought her over to like sit down because
and so what we did is we would shuffle on over, and there were these two random girls sitting at this table, and like there were a ton of like other empty seats otherwise, but we were like, hey, can we just like sit here? And they're like, yeah, okay, because we just wanted to sit as close as possible to the other two people who were right next to. So we kind of just perched ourselves like in the middle. And I'm pretty sure they probably ended up realizing we were eavesdropping because like every time one of them said something like serious, we would
just
go
hogging out her mind.
Thomas and I were the worst at that though because
I wanted to, but I just felt like uncomfortable.
Mac goes, they're behind you because like they moved and we couldn't see them, and I'm just like, oh, let me stretch my back a little bit. Oh, and like I would just watch them for like so long. I went the long way to go throw out my straw wrapper, which I also split up like into 3 pieces, so I had to go to the trash can 3 times because I happened to be right next to that. Like it was so funny.
And then I think they definitely heard me, because I was like, why are they doing this in a public place? Like, why do they just not go outside? And then like after that, it went like quiet for a little bit, and then they left, and then you heard her say, "Goodbye, Connor."
Yeah. Oh, it's so cringe.
And then she just like walked away, and she was probably thinking like, "I got his ass. I got it."
And then he's sitting there, and I think me and
I felt so bad for
PJ
him.
Doesn't regret it because he was still eating his food. Apparently, you can't help people if you're eating food.
You were not eating. You were just chilling there.
I should have done it.
Okay. I was also eating, by the way.
Yeah,
but like you can pause to eat.
I totally can.
I should.
Dude, I had a full chicken tender in my mouth.
Gone over.
I'm actually curious if
what was I gonna go like?
Do you guys? Okay, so what we're talking about right now, audience, is that we were after like Connor's clearly like distraught about the conversation because either he just got broke up with, or like he just had a friend completely either manipulate him or gaslight him.
He's in an argument, and that's never fun. So.
Yeah,
exactly.
So dude is sitting there. He looks very distraught.
Yeah.
He's not like crying or anything, but you could just tell.
Yeah.
And the girl left. We have heard we don't know enough to know everything about the situation
Oh,
at
yeah,
all, not even
yeah,
close.
not at all.
But we know generally how he is probably feeling right now.
Yeah.
In that situation, I think
Should we have gone up? Should any of us gone up and said like,
I really
think
wanted
so.
I
You
really
don't?
no I really wanted Mac to go up to him and just I
Even,
not
I
like,
wouldn't have brought up like what I heard as like
no what I was gonna tell you to say was like, yo, like I was just eating over there and I heard you were.
That's what
I kind of
want to
slightly
make sure
overheard.
you're okay, man. Like
you know, you're
stuff
in
like
an
that.
argument.
am I crazy? I think that's just like not. I think it was just not our business at all.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're probably
Well, it
right.
definitely wasn't our business. Like that's not even debatable. But
No, that's
but I feel like if I was in an argument, like I'm putting this in my shoes. Like say
You wouldn't have wanted somebody to go
see,
I
but,
don't
like,
think so. I wouldn't have wanted.
See, that's true, but like from what we
because we
got
don't
from
actually know like what.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't know
but
enough.
from what
that-
we got from it, I just felt like, damn. Like
Yeah.
I kind of, it's probably wrong of me to do. Like actually, it is wrong of me to do. But I kind of like formed an opinion where I was like, it really sounds like from what I've heard that like he's in the right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But anyway,
we'll never know.
basically what happened is we had a very funny like drama listen into
Yeah.
Yeah.
while we were eating like lunch dinner combo because our timing was all off yesterday, as we've said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we went back to my dorm. They met a couple of my college friends.
Pretty high.
Yep.
Lost in darts, you know.
Oh yeah,
I kept breaking the darts and
yeah. I played
Yeah,
Mac
you
and
were.
darts. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was a close game actually, but I squeaked it out at the end. Yeah. Met some of my college friends. They're good. They're fun, fun people.
Yeah, good time.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Then we came home. Hung
Yeah, we
out.
hung out, watched some basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't last night, but the Celtics are now up 2-0. We won't
was
even talk
crazy.
about it because I know people don't like it. But
We just talked about nothing about Nintendo here. Like
I know
if
we
you're
need
the-
to
if
start a
It's the-
podcast that's just
it's the
us like
PAX
talking.
episode,
Yeah.
dude.
you
I
guys
know.
enjoy this, we'll do more story time. Just
We could just
chilling.
make a different podcast.
Bro.
Dude, we have to get one kick-started before we do.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're
true.
not wrong. Let's wait until we're all 21, and then
Yeah.
we'll start a different podcast, and because
Patreon?
that way we can. Be... No, I was gonna say because that way we're like totally like we can talk about everything that goes on and not be worried about being a
Whatever.
minor or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Minors that I'm sitting with. Ugh.
Are you technically no? You're not a minor as soon as you're over what, like 16, 18?
Yeah, we're 18. Yeah, none of minor.
Oh, okay. I always get confused because like there's different. Like,
You're right. Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, why is then drinking at 21, but like
That's-
16? What's the
that's-
difference between 16 and 18? Is 16 just driver's license?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I always say is like, how can you enlist in the army but you can't have a beer?
Yeah.
That's
True
what
that.
doesn't make sense.
I'll drink to that. Water though, in my hydro
Of
flask
course.
Yes.
because we are
Um,
not 21.
That was a fun pod.
No, yeah, I was a fan of that. Is the camera about to explode?
We got about a minute left, so we can
All right,
end
word.
this right now.
Yeah. So
For sure.
guys, there's the timer.
There's the
Yes,
timer.
basically the camera just like explodes every 30 minutes, and we gotta
Yeah,
go buy a new one.
literally, yeah.
Yeah. No. But basically, we love just talking, hanging out, shooting the crap because
Yeah.
we never get to do this like ever pretty much in person. So if you guys didn't enjoy this Nintendo Tonight episode, too bad. We won't do too many more like this. We actually have a lot of Nintendo themed segments that we for like episodes we're about to
We're
record.
about to go record another one. So.
Yeah, like literally we're gonna turn off the camera, recharge the battery, and record
Yeah.
it again. So
Yeah.
I think this was episode 34.
Yeah.
PAX, a lot of fun.
Day one
Yeah.
was a banger. We had
If we have any more
Any
great
good
stories from
memory?
tomorrow, we'll do
Yep.
it. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
with that out of the way,
All right. See you
Sounds
guys.
good.
see you guys.